It was even brought up during the press conference.
One last thing. Was anybody else in that house? Was it just him at the house, or were there other people there who knew what was going on in his collection?
Mr. Gerlach had a girlfriend, it turns out, who was at least around the home.
So she could have been aware. Have you talked to her?
We at this point, Mr. Gerlach is the one that is charged. We're not going to say anything further in the investigation than that.
I don't know. That just feels like a massive detail. And the fact that it has been so difficult to look into it, it definitely stands out to me. Part of me wonders if the investigators' reluctance to speak about the girlfriend or fiance means that maybe they're looking into her as her having potential involvement as well. I don't know, that's just my opinion, but possible. Now, Linda, that same neighbor who mentioned the woman living with Jonathan, also shared something else. She said that when she thought of him, she remembered how he once ran across the street to help during an apartment fire, before the fire department even arrived. So again, another positive interaction, another positive impression. However, not everyone in the neighborhood was completely unaware, because one neighbor recalled an incident from about a year before Jonathan's arrest, and they said that while walking through the neighborhood, they passed the garage at the back of Jonathan's house, and they noticed what looked like a swarm of flies covering the window.
It was more than 5, it was at least 20, 30 on each window. I figured it was a garage that they were getting in through somewhere and they couldn't get out, and now finding out that there was all those remains in there, it makes sense.
So that brings me to my next question. If this guy was good and quiet and kept to himself, then why did he do this? I want to bring up Ed Gein a sec just for a moment here, just because of the grave robbing similarities. I mean, with Ed, you could spend an entire video breaking down his psychological background, his trauma, his relationship with his mother, her religious beliefs, the mental illness. But with Jonathan, there's just not much out there yet. And I looked to see if there were any known documented mental illnesses or trauma, but as of now, there's nothing publicly available. So is this just about money? From his Facebook and Instagram alone, I mean, it's clear that he had turned this into some kind of business. I don't know if he had another job or if this was his primary source of income. That information hasn't really surfaced yet. I mean, a lot is still unknown, but I genuinely just don't get it. He's confessed to doing something so horrific. There's no debating that at all, but there's no answer as to why. I mean, do you think that this was driven by a creepy fascination, an obsession with death, or do you think this was just about cashing in on a market that it already exists for these